All right, guys, round two, and we're on the backside. We're on the loser side. Lost the first match, and playing against an opponent who, at the time of the tournament, was a 444 Fargo. And so coming into this, the split is 8-3. I have to go to 8. He has to go to 3. That's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight. In this, these kind of tournaments, this kind of pressure, you don't know how a 444 is going to play. You don't know how established they are, and don't put too much stock in what the opponent's going to do. If you watched my previous video, you know that it was a tough one for me. That last one was a tough one, and just kind of got negative on myself. So just dealing with a lot of mental, kind of trying to come through that. And I mentioned it in that previous video. If you didn't check that out, look up here. I'll put a card for the first round of this tournament. But there's this sense that I had coming into this big event where I've been to big events. I had been to big events previously and washed out. Went 2-0. I'm just gonna go ahead and scratch on this one ball. Sign up for these big events, get super motivated, get super excited, come out feeling pretty good about my game, and then lose the first two in a row. Whether they're handicap format or not is kind of irrelevant, besides the point here. But came into this event, the state championships, the 10 ball was first, the 8 ball was second, but came into the 10 ball division with that sort of chip on my shoulder, dragging myself down, just kind of feeling like, well, if the same thing happens here, I'm gonna be pretty bummed. And having lost that first round, hard fought match, right? Played okay, but having lost that first one, knowing that it's now possible, right? And then coming into heavy handicap, just had to deal with a lot of that stuff right off the rip. So need to cope, need to settle. And then while I was settling in here for the match, just getting warmed up, waiting for my opponent to show, I hit a couple balls. I was feeling okay. And then he comes over to the table to warm up, and he throws like 7 or 8 balls on the table and just like runs them out perfectly in rotation. And I was like, oh boy, I'm in trouble. So Matt can play a little bit. Like I said, you never know what the pressure is going to do and how things are going to shake out. And but I mean, he hit that perfect. 9 is a blocker. He lands on the 4. He should have a good look at the 5. And so I was looking back at the bracket. He lost his first round and then had a bye, and then came up against me here. He played that okay, just kind of slid over to get on the 5 using the 9 as a blocker again, and comes away with a hook. So my biggest thing here coming into this match was just try to get in stroke, try to find my composure, and get a little deeper into this thing. Don't know that I have an edge on the 4 between the 10 and the 7, so I'll probably have to kick at this. Coming in this way, kicking at the 4, you might be able to send the 4 out and around. Just get it away from the cue ball. Maybe I do have access to the 4 ball from here, but I've called safe. Nope, I'm just gonna shoot right into the 10 ball. It's ball in hand, and I'm on 2. Attitude. I had a bad attitude going into this one, and yeah, you'll see even in these first couple racks of the set, it's not pretty. But I will say, stick with it. Bear with me here. He calls the 10 ball. It's early 10s, and you might as well. Your opponent's on 2. There's a clustered 7 and 9. Make the 10 ball, you win. You get 1 on the board, and you only need 2. So it's a viable strategy. But yeah, I was gonna say, bear with me, guys. This was a tough one. So he puts that away. That's 1 for him. Alternate break, so I get up on the second one. I remember feeling pretty good about my break. I was hitting it pretty solid, just slightly off center here. But good spread, pretty good cue ball. Got an edge on the 1. I don't know if it's makeable. I doubt it from here. Oh, I have it. My bad. Yeah, what did I put down? Gotta get on the 3. Maybe I do have the makeable line on the 1. I might be able to just sort of roll through, get up above the 3 there. Nice. So this plays pretty good. Got into the window. Spinning out between the 7 and the 10 should be doable to get on the 4. I'm noticing here as I'm reviewing it that my pace, I ended up a little flat. A little flat on this 4 ball. You need an angle to come back across for the 5, especially because the window on the 5 is pretty much over here. If I pocket the 4 and stay on this side of the table, I'll probably just have a safe on the 5. But yeah, I remember coming into this match with that chip on my shoulder about the big tournaments and the first loss, and just sort of trying to talk myself into winning. Like, you want to be here, man. Like, you got to play these games like you want it. I think I just focus on making the 4 ball here and hit it like a stop shot. Had a little bit of a back angle there, taking me to the side rail. So as a result, my pre-shot routine was shifting a little bit, just sort of a different pace. And I wouldn't say that I was rushing things necessarily, but I wasn't leaving a lot of air between shots. Just trying to get it over with, get it into stroke, which can go either way for me. So yeah, I think I just go safe here and tuck him on the 7. Yeah, it's a good play. Hard to get out of this situation here. And you know that technically speaking, there is that 3 rail path that the 5 ball followed, but it's hard to hit that from where the cue ball is now, hard to judge it. Depending on the way the cue ball rolled off the 5 to get on the 7, the line may not be available in the same way. Don't think he's got enough room to get into this side rail towards the 5. He might be able to come above the side pocket, but you might probably miss the 5 from there. Yeah, it was close. I don't think he got it though. So I look at my spot for the 6. You know that you need an angle to come across for the 7, and then straight on the 7's fine. But really, you want to be in here for the 6, come across, get on the 7 so that you can roll up for the 8. Key shot is the 6 to the 7. So I'm using a back cut on the 5 to come across table. Out and back, I guess, is fine. Pretty flat on the 6. But based on my body language, I'm probably just going to like rip draw this down off the short rail. Yeah, I wanted to come... I still got across table. A little funny on the 7, but I might be able to slide across. That's what I'm interested to see with this one, guys, is just knowing how the gears were turning, how I was feeling. It was like pretty down on myself, but knowing that there are moments of recovery in this. I don't want to give anything away. But this particular set is pretty eventful, I'll say. This is turning into another key shot, though. The 7 could have been pretty straightforward getting on the 8, but now I have to do a little something to get over. Nice. So the low outside, you saw the spin on the cue ball. So low left to kind of counteract that angle that it was coming into the short rail. Not much of a workable angle on the 8. Might be able to dig down and get around. Yeah, maybe play the 9 in the top left or the left side. If I just sort of stun off, if I have enough room, I think I do, to dig into the cue ball, then I stay on the left side of the 9 and shape it in the top right or the right side. Just commit, you know, like pick a plan and commit. Looks like I'm rolling through. Pretty flat on the 8, so just kind of coming out and across. I might have been trying to get it in the right side to play for the 9 on the right side. Came up a little short, and here's where the nerves are going to spike. Adrenaline's going to spike. Of you know, you made like a decent out to get to this point, but now you miss one of these balls, or you miss the money ball or something, and then he's on the hill. And that's exactly what happens. You talk yourself into it. Dress up a nice looking 9-10 for him. He's got to do a little work to get on the 10, but, you know, in his mind, you got to believe that he's feeling like, okay, I'm just getting handed this match. I don't know what his, you know, what his like mentality is necessarily, but one could be forgiven for thinking that way in the situation if you were in Matt's shoes. I like how he keeps it simple, just sort of a pinch back and a reasonably straightforward 10 ball here to put him on the hill. And ouch. His break. And I have 8 to go. I was pretty angry at this point. Just like a crummy mood, and trying to drink water, trying not to like look at my mom and dad who were sitting back there. Had some other people watching too, and just wanted to melt down into the floor. If I have an edge on the 1, I might be able to play a safe. If not, it's going to be a push. The 2-7 is tough here. Getting from the 1 to the 2 it just does not look like a very runnable table. Even with ball in hand, I think it'd be really hard to get out from here. Not sure if there's an edge on it. Calling a push and just rolling through. Looks like I'm gonna rearrange things a little bit and leave a clean look at the 1. I don't know if there was a specific reason that I decided to pocket the 8 ball here. It's not like it complicates the run. If anything, it kind of simplifies it because the 7 and the 9 are closer, and getting from the 7 to the 8 to the 9 might have... Yeah, he's playing safe. Leaving the 8 ball there might have made it a little more challenging. Probably just frustration coming through. Resignation. Let's see. I like his choice to go safe here. He should be able to just create some distance. Tuck me up under the 3 potentially. It almost looked like he was trying to pocket it though, don't you think? It's a good safe. He got good coverage on the 1. Not sure if there's a lane between the 4 and the 2. I don't think so. I was able to get at the 1, but double kiss it right out for him. Very pocketable 1 ball. Don't think the 2 ball goes across table, like across side. Probably just looking at a safe on the 2. Up with a look at the 2. Yeah, I'll be curious to see what he does here. You know, you might think about sending the 2 ball down below the 7 and the cue ball up table, just with a little bit of pace, just enough to get separation. I think he was trying to put the cue ball behind the 7. So I've got full access to the 2, but don't really have a good place to send it. The 10 ball's right there, but it's so missable. Maybe I'm just looking at rolling the 2 ball like kind of how I'm pointing past the 10 and use the 10 as a blocker. Just a sort of a touchy shot, just a speed control thing. Looking at sending the cue ball across here might have been the thinking. Yeah, I think I'm just sending the cue ball towards the 4. It's a good play. I think it's an especially good play because I think part of the consideration was sending the 2 towards the 10 in case I end up with ball in hand and I can lay up a 2-10 combination to get into the rack here, get into the set. Looks like an intentional foul unless he's trying to line up a jump. Just seeing if the jump's there. Yeah, I think he just wanted to send the... He tried to mix him up. But here's my 2-10. A little bit of luck. That's what I need to get back in this match. Play this with the right speed. You can ease it in to make sure that the 10 ball rolls in. The 2 ball's going to naturally want to go down towards the short rail, which should not leave him a shot. But I might play it with pace just to create a little more separation. We'll take it. That was the play, right? The intention was to create a kind of 2-10 situation and then got lucky with his intentional foul. Have not quite gotten the feel for the break on this table. I didn't exactly see how it came off the rack, but jumped right into one of the side pockets, most likely. This table looks a little more runnable as long as you shape the 2 properly. 3 might be a little touchy, but after that it's going to open up a lot. It's always the way in rotation, right? Like those first few shots are the most challenging with all the traffic. Decides to keep it really simple here and guarantee that he lands on the 2 in some way. He's got a 2-8 option. He's got a 2-6 option. The 2-8 sends the 2 ball this way. The 2-6 sends the 2 ball down towards the corner pocket and the cue ball away from the corner pocket. So works out here though, right? Yeah, as long as the 2 ball comes up high enough, that's a good shot. Yeah, I like the speed he used on that. Where does he want to be on the 3? It looks like there's a lane between the 5 and the 4. I was just wondering that. That's tight. It's hard to get in there. But the farther away you are, the bigger that window gets, slightly between the 5 and the 4. So maybe he's thinking about just leaving himself down table. But ensure a look at the 3. Just kind of a pinch to slide over. Did he get an edge on the 3? At least an edge. He's going to bank it. So he's looking at crossing the 3. It's an aggressive move from here, but I like the choice. I think that's the right strategic choice based on where he's at. He's on the hill. I've only got 1. I have such a long way to go. And he's going to get rewarded for it more likely, more often than not, he's going to come away with something. I've got a great opportunity here, and the thinking's probably come out and around, kind of like tight out of the corner to shape the 4 on the right side. Underhit that pretty significantly. I don't think the intention was to play it in the top right. But thankfully, there are other pockets there for me, so I'll take it. Got to make another choice here. Do you roll through the 4 and shape the 5 in the bottom left? Or do I roll into the 5 and try to nudge the 5 over to the side pocket, the left side? I think that was the intention, but I miss another similar shot. It's like that 9-ball earlier, where I'm not really seeing the lines to this corner for whatever reason. I think it's a good idea to try to nudge the 5 into position, though. I know that it settled me to some extent to have gotten a game, but I remember still sitting there feeling pretty rough, knowing how far I have to go. And the fact that he's on the hill and got those 2 in the blink of an eye. It's so daunting, guys. I don't know how many of you have ever been in that situation. If you have stories like this, I would love to hear them in the comments. Not just by way of, validating me, but I think sharing the stories is cool. I think other people get to read them too. And they get to feel like, okay, other people have been in these crazy situations where I had to mount some kind of intense comeback. And he's given me a chance here. A pretty good chance. You just have to shape a good 5-ball, and I'm supposed to get out from here. Do you come off this 4-ball up and around to get on the 5 here? Do you simply sort of like snip over this way and accept a longer 5-ball? You could theoretically roll through the 4, come out and around this way. If you get anywhere in here on the 5, it's beautiful for the 7. 7 on the right side, roll forward for the 8, stop shot basically, and then maybe a little bit of a cut on the 10 in the top left. But this is the key shot. Just have to shape a good 5. Looks like I'm going low left to come out and around. Real conservative, right? Not trying to move the rock too much, just want to drop on the 5 to where it's manageable. Don't complicate things. I could even get squirrely here and play safe, right? Like I could just bank into the 5, keep him under the 7, send the 5 up and away. But I think I'm gonna go for this. You're gonna miss that one, yeah. Yeah. Just missed it. Not a great delivery, I think. He's got a good opportunity here. As long as he rolls through this 5, he's going to land on the 7. He's going to get up above it. Overcut, just like I did. Give me something, Matt. Nope. Thin off this side of the 5 to send him down table. Thin off this side is hard, just physically, like mechanically. It's hard to get on the good side of the 5 from up there. You got to ensure, I think that's what I'm looking at though, right? Is you just send the 5 this way, you send the cue ball down this way. Scratch plays pretty big here, I seem to think, depending on how full I come into the 5. Scratch plays big. Oh, thank you, 10-ball. I think I just gave him the 5, though. I don't think I moved it enough. Just gave him a shot. So yeah, he knew that he needed to move the cue ball a little bit from the 5 to the 7. Kind of threw off his aim with the 5. You gotta settle. There's me using my skills a little bit. Gotta settle. Need some composure here. From here, I could snip over closer to the center of the table, stop shot on the 7, draw back up for the 8 on the right side. Looks like I'm rolling through, which is fine. You just need to make sure that your line is good on the 7. Played it with a good bit of pace, came up short. I'm not sure why I didn't shape for the 7 here. accepting a bit longer of a shot on the 7. Maybe I'm just not feeling confident in the stroke right now. Because, yeah, I'm sort of on the 50. There is a back cut on the 7. You're turning the cue ball loose. Hard to play it with the right pace. I'm calling safe. Maybe I'm just trying to send the 7 down table and create distance for him. We're just going to lay it up in the pocket, though. Yeah, the thinking was 7 comes across either straight to here or out and back, but either way, the pace was way off. Just hand it to him. Just dare this man to beat me. Gets a little funny on the 8, but as long as he hits it with good speed, he should drop right on the 10. And that would be all she wrote. This is just speed control. You can just make this ball and float down. Even if you overhit it, you have a bit of a cut on the 10, but it's not a hanger, but he underhit it and he's still above it. And here's where I start to think like, okay, I'm breaking down my cues, I'm going home. Not going home because I still have to play the 8 ball, but no way. No way, dude, come on. Oh. Ah. I still feel it. It's like shaky. Ah. To go from you're convinced, like you're sitting in your chair. This match, by the way, taught me so much about the work that I have to do on my chair game, and I'll talk about that more in detail later. But you're sitting in your chair convinced that the match is over. Like there's no way he's missing this ball. I play safe from here, which is smart, which is the right play. It's not great speed. I'd much rather the cue ball be on the opposite side rail because there's a very playable bank from here. Banks are hard, which is why you play this safe. Banks are missable, and nobody wants to cut this ball. I do think the playing safe was the right choice. This is the right call for him to bank it there. And you hate to just hand it back to your opponent, but this is why you do it, because sometimes you get rewarded. Oftentimes, I would say, you get rewarded for making that decision, the more conservative decision. And because I made the right decision and maintained my composure, I didn't try to do something silly like play this bank or something where I hang it. I get to win another game. I get to stay in this match. And then, blah, 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 you know, you need to like shake it out, take that deep breath, use your skills, and keep fighting. You just get to keep playing pool. That's why we're here. I had to talk myself into it. I want to be here. I want to win these games. I have to focus. I have to focus on my process. And that one helped. But there was that grimy feeling, like I said, of just sitting in my chair and feeling like, well, that's it. I'm done. But then you get a glimmer. And if you can do something with it, if you can capitalize on that, you're going to get more. Decide to push here. This is a very playable 1-4 combination. You don't typically want to push to an offensive option for your opponent. But part of my thinking was the 1-4 may be there. If the 1 comes off the 4, it's going to either come back up table or send it away from the 4. And it might be hard to shape the 1 ball after the 4 goes down. He's calling it, which I think is the right play. But you have to think about your cue ball and the 1 ball. And the combos are hard, even if it's a hanger. Nice. Yeah, really well played. Gets barely through the 6 and the 10. I think he dropped on the 1 perfect. Maybe a little swerve, like at worst. Looks fine. Yeah, a little bit of swerve action. At that speed, the swerve doesn't really take too much, so he probably had a clean look at it. Just think about your 5 ball. You want to maintain an angle on the 3. 5 connects to the 6. He's coming across. I don't hate that decision. You're not going to enjoy shooting this from like off the rail, but you should still be able to dig into this short rail and come back up. Anywhere in there on the 5 is great. You want to be below the 6 to lead up to the 7. So he's got to be thinking about that. Underplays this. I'm sure I'm curious about the thinking there. Maybe he just liked the 5 on the side, but I would have been tempted to get above the 5 because now the cue ball's tracking away from the 6. Don't know if the bank's on. I think you just have to 3-rail around. I think you have to cut this 5, come out and around, and try to drop into here for the 6. Calling safe. I didn't see him. Decides to just kind of chip it up table. It's hanging. It should present an opportunity for a kick. Don't think the jump is there. I look more settled though, don't I? Just based on my facial expression. I don't look quite as constipated. Do I masse this? I usually feel pretty good about these. Let's see if I'm on it. Oh, got just enough of it. Don't scratch. Does he go 6-10? He's got to do it, right? He's not doing it. It's a tough combo. With ball in hand, it's a tough combo, but interesting shift. He prefers the run out here. He likes the odds to run out over the combo. It's there. The run out's certainly there if you make a good 8 to 9. He's got to make sure to get up above the 8 and leave an angle to come across for the 9. This'll do. This will do nicely. Now he just needs to decide if he wants to be above or below the 9. Where do you want to be? This is okay. And as long as he shaves the 9, he wants to be basically where he's at, where the cue ball's at right now. I love when that happens, by the way. When the current cue ball position is where you need to shape it. Gives you a good reference point. Just slide across. Oh. Okay. 9's hanging, cue ball's on the rail. Tough to get shape from here, but you have to love being handed back one of these. I have to let this build me back up. Otherwise, I'm cooked. Like, that's it for me. Obviously, because, you know, he wins. He wins this game and he wins the set. But just in terms of my mentality, if I want to have any chance of staying in the match, do you go rail first on this 9 ball? Do I go thin on the sort of top side of it? Go for thin on the top side of it. Out and across. It's a good way to get closer to the 10. I do have to accept a bit more of a shot on the 10. But I think oh, this guy's just gonna get right in my line. I don't know whose fault that was, but that's a goofy thing about playing in these events. I feel like I addressed first. You just probably didn't see me. goes down. Oh boy. Better break. More centered. Yeah, I didn't lose the cue ball that time. Interesting position here. As makeable as the 1 ball is, it might be hard to shape the 2 unless you can stun off it and get above the 5, but it doesn't look like you can. It's one of those where the bank is kind of tempting because it's almost a straight back, and then you're always going to have a look at the 2. Maybe you just plan to roll into the 5 knowing that you'll have a look at the 2 and you do something with it after that. It's certainly something I'm guilty of. He tried to use some spin to stay on the inside of it. I'm certainly guilty of that, where I try to get a little too cute on the next ball at the risk of snookering myself, and more often than not, the better play is to ensure you make the ball, ensure that you get some kind of look at it, and then make something from there, whether it's a safe or a shot. Playing safe, you just probably chip the 2 ball down table. Use some blockers, right? Get it between the 3 and the 9 and send it over here. Oh, he might, is he cutting it? He's sending it, no, he wanted it to go across that way. No rail. It's a good idea. I think it was a really good idea to play the cue ball behind the 9. You've got to love this too. As much as you approach this table, and you know there's a lot of balls on the table, and this is a complicated run out, and you just need to take these opportunities and find excuses to feel good. Oh, I gave him a point. So I'm 3, he's 2. My bad. This is a good play, just making sure that you get on the 3. Obviously, I wanted, you know, to be in here more or less so that I have a bit more of an angle to work with on the 3. This complicates the 4 ball, but if I'm dropping into my stroke, which it appears I'm getting closer, I have a reasonably accurate draw stroke. I should be able to pinch this back like 2 diamonds to be able to cut the 4 in the side and get something workable for the 5. Yeah, I tried to get too much out of it. Try to get too much out of the cue ball. Instead of coming across table, I think the play is you, again, guarantee you pocket that ball and just come back and accept a bit more of a shot from here. It's really not that much harder than, imagine, you know, shooting the 4 from here compared to shooting the 4 from here. It's really not significantly more difficult, especially at the expense of missing the previous ball. It's a good touch. Just snip it back a little bit. He's a very workable angle from the 4 to the 5 if you're comfortable playing it short side. Oh, he wanted to come across. That's an option, but then yeah, you roll into traffic a little bit. I might have been tempted to just play to the 5 down here, which then opens up the 6 in the right side, but this complicated it. Maybe just an experience thing. Interesting there, yeah, kind of just out and across again. He's got to make a shot on the 6, and then there's not great options for the 7. He's likely to come away with a look at the 7, but unless he likes the combo, I don't believe the 7 goes in the top right. Hangs it. Hangs it and gives me a look at it. It's thin, but I should be able to just roll this in and get up above the 7, maintaining a little bit of an angle. So you want to have it kind of tuck into the short rail, drop into here, and then the back cut on the 7 naturally takes you towards the 8. but you have a lot of room to operate. And honestly, anywhere in here on the 7 is great. Should be pretty good speed. Close to the rail. Maybe the side pocket helps me out here. Yeah, you want to kind of slide over off the long rail. It's a good touch. Starting to settle a little bit, looking better. And I think in the midst of that, because I'm taking the opportunities, I'm using the skills, dropping back into my process, I'm not as worried about the, oh geez, if I miss the 8-9, I'm selling out the rack. Good confident stroke. Pretty flat on the 9, which is great here. You can just roll forwards for the 10. I should go look at the back of the 10. Pick where I want to be intentional, commit to the plan, and execute. Knew I had some room, so I decided to come off the rail. That one should feel good. That one should feel pretty good. Didn't underhit it. Got myself exactly where I needed to be. Yeah, confidently put away that 10 ball. We'll take those guys. Halfway there. Let's see. This looks pretty good. Great access to the 1. Just have to find the window for the 2. The 6 and the 9 are huge. So do you look at the window in between them, or do you try to come out and off the 1 and play up into here? That's a pretty small window. Try to roll into the 6. Goes at it with some pace, but he kind of stuns off it. This might work. And 9 ball got in the way. The speed was looking pretty good, though. If he hadn't rolled into the 4, the speed was looking pretty good to bring him to the top short rail. Nice, he had the rail first. It's a good play. Not a ton of great options here. The bank might be playable. He might have enough room past the 8 to send the 3 that way, and then the cue ball comes down. Gonna give him a look at the 4, if not a shot. Yeah, he wants to bank it. You could play safe here, right? Like come thin off the 3 and try to tuck the cue ball down under the 4 or the 9. But again, he's got to remember that he's on the hill. The more he makes opportunities for himself, the better it's going to go. That's a very nice shot. Oh, it hung. Angle was perfect. The speed was good. Cue ball even dressed up around the 4. I have to find my lane for shape. I think it's hard to get full enough into the 3 to hold the cue ball and try to stun across. One of these would be fine too, but I don't know if I have enough of the 3 to do that. So probably the natural choice is to come off the 3 this way and float back up. Just got to avoid the 6 rather. Yeah. Should be able to execute this. Touch of inside, I guess, to correct. Need a little bit of check side. Ended up going out past the 10, but that's fine. I think I probably expected that the cue ball was going to stay between the 6 and the 10. Check side didn't even come into play by the time the cue ball got to the short rail. It hadn't Yeah, it just didn't maintain the spin. Probably just roll this in and stay above the 5. This works. Pick your angle on the 6. Do you want to be here and come out and across for the 8, or do you want to get on this side of the 6? This might be really similar shots from the 5 to the 6 and the 6 to the 8. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. It's a fair way to play it. You know you're going to be below it. Just have to get across. Pretty good speed. Flat on the 8's fine. Behind the 8's good too, because I know that I need an angle from the 9 to the 10. It's starting to shape up a little bit, guys. The tempo's there. Kind of stone-faced. Yeah, I think I'm dialed in. Bobbled this one, but because I knew that if I get farther out from the rail this way, like a little more room to work with getting from the 9 to the 10. Do I just hold it? Yeah. Oh, a little bit too much. That's gonna put a chink in the armor. Probably. I played it good. I played it really good. Just a little too much on that 9 ball. Fear might come in here. You know, scratch on the 10, or you miss this one and hang it up. But you just gotta make the ball. Take a breath. Okay, 3 more. 3 more to go. Right of center, scratched again. Getting from the 1 to the 2 is kind of fun here. You don't want to play flat into the 1, like you probably, you want your cue ball out here, come into the rail and off, draw, back, down table, low right, yeah, he knows. The 2 to the 3 is interesting, because the 3 doesn't really want to go anywhere. He'll probably have to accept some kind of safe or a bank on the 3. Just a little too thin on the 1. He might be able to swerve around and still get at the 2. But probably just, yeah, a little bit too thin on the 1. Took him up too high into the long rail. Yeah, if he doesn't have a shot on the 2, he should be able to swerve into it to at least get the hit. Yeah, he could get into it. But here's the complicated 3 ball. Does he try to bank this over by the 7? Does he just thin the 3 and cross the cue ball over here, and the 3 ball goes this way? I would probably look at that. Oh, he had enough to make it. Nice. That was awesome. Did not see that at all. And with pace, which is the right way to play it because he knew he had to get back out for the 4. Might have the cuttable line on the 4, because what do I know? I apparently don't know where the balls are going at any given time. Did. And your heart rate's going to jump a little bit here because he's probably going to, yeah, line up the 5-10. And that would be a pretty sporty little run to close out the set. Does he do it? Can he finish it out? Oh, we're still alive, guys. Still in it. My heart's like... getting from the 6 to the 7. Basically, yeah, I'm looking at the shot line. Here, you probably want to be below the shot line. You want to be on this side of it, right? So that you can just drag up for the 7. If you're above the shot line, then you have to manipulate the cue ball a little more. Makes the 6 ball harder. Looks like I'm rolling through this ball. Oh, okay, I was on the top side of it, I thought. All right, we're okay. So yeah, I'm above the 6, but I'm usually pretty comfortable with these, as you guys know. High inside here. I looked at my line on the 7. That needs to settle. The inside didn't really take. I didn't really hit it properly with enough inside. To decide where the 8 ball's going. You could come off it this way, shape the 8 in the left side. 8, 9, 10. Looks pretty natural, but it's touchy to get on the 8 down there. You could always roll here. Just hold it and guarantee that you have a shot. Oh, I'm coming back above it. That plays good. You could tell I nodded. That's what I was playing for. It's gutsy, but sometimes you need that. I'm contending with another sort of shot with inside, theoretically, unless I want to roll out and away from this. I don't have a ton of practice with that kind of shot, though, getting kind of high and tight in the low right corner to get out and away from the 8, so I'll probably, yeah, I just love me my inside. Give it a little nudge. Don't think the 9 goes. You really hate to hand this back to your opponent, but I don't think it goes. I have to play it safe here, pretty sure that I just rolled a 9 past the 10. You have to lock him up, though. You cannot leave this guy a shot at the 9. That's, not strong. Interesting. I don't know if that was just an error in judgment that I hit it kind of conservative like that. You know, I got the hook, but it's not great. His kick options would be coming up here. 1 or 2 rails. He could go 1 rail this way. He could go 2 rails this way. Just leaves him so many options as opposed to putting him on here. And yeah, options including the jump, which maybe he can just dart stroke over this and make the 9. That's spooky too. This is a play your opponent kind of thing. Like, how am I supposed to know this guy? Maybe he's great at the dart jump. Tactical error on my part to just sort of give that away. It's a weak safe. I know that the word on the back of his shirt is just like a long abbreviation. I don't know what it is. Northeast Pennsylvania BCA pool or something probably, but whenever I was looking at it in the match, and even in post here when I was cutting the video together, I was like, Nepapukapul. It just kept wanting to sort of like read the word out, and my mind was just going on and on. It's goofy. Got a kick at it. 2 rails. I think he called it. It's not a bad roll. Not a bad roll for him at all. I don't have a pocket for the 9. There's not great options here. You don't want to have to play this combo. Do I just create distance? Go really thin off the 9? Oh, I'm just daring him to make a shot. I don't love that. That's 2 weak safeties in a row, guys. This is the momentum shift back. If Matt can just kind of bear down and capitalize here, I should be done. Yeah, that's 2 weak safeties in a row. This one especially. That's just a bad shot. You put it away. That's clutch. This is not a gimme. But he's made similar shots in this match. We know he's got it in him. Can he do it under pressure to close it out? Oh my goodness, my heart. My heart. You hate to see it, you love to see it. It's all part of the beauty of the game. Yeah, and we all do it, right? Like, we've all been gifted those balls, we've all given them away. 2 to go. He's still on the hill. Oh, ball in hand. Nope. I want to get a little run going here. He's in an interesting spot. He has a shootable 1 ball, but you got to work the cue ball to get it back on the 2. I'd be tempted to cut it and sort of low right on the cue ball if you can hold it. If not, you have to come down and flirt with the 9. This is touchy. It might be too thin to hold it. Do you roll through? Do you just kind of come up and out this way? Probably. There's a lot of blue. Nice. That was well played. Two ball goes for sure. Should be able to drift across for the 3 in the same pocket. Rolls into the 3, but favorably. 3 ball goes, and now he could shape the 4 on the right side. This is just speed control. Got away from him a little bit, but comes away with a shot. I like his tempo here. I like the decision to stay in a rhythm. The shot is complicated though, so it's slowing him down a little bit. He's very thin into the right side. No option on the bottom right corner, really. You don't want to fire at that combo. Getting safe from here is tough. This is the other thing too, when you're trying to get into a rhythm and then you end up having to wait for something. He's going after it in the side. It's very playable, but you're gonna put some pace into the cue ball. Undercuts it. Oh, it did not drop. Wow. This is a tester. Rolling this in is so tough. I think trying to hold the cue ball for the 7, but putting a stroke on it and force following it, you're coming off the 4, and there's a lot of room to get on the 7, but it makes the 4 more missable, especially shooting from the rail. So this is another kind of clutch moment. Decided to roll out and through. This is a good recovery. Played it a little fuller into the 4 ball. Going out and around the 10. It's good speed. It's good speed. Just get across. Check my spot for the 9. It's workable. Good angle to get on the 10 here. Just pick my spot. Where do you guys play this 10 ball? Right side. It's gotta be. Oh, I'm gonna overhit it though. Oh boy. Gotta clutch up. Gave myself a missable 10 ball. Does he come with it? Yes. Yes. Hill. After all of that. This is wild, right? It's not just me. Better break. Yeah, I have a look at the one. Thought he was shooting for a second there. This should just be a stop shot if I'm full enough on the one. Man, how good would it be to just break and run on this one? Nope, can't do it. Dang. It was right there. Hard to execute that under pressure, I guess. Just the stop shot shooting off the rail. You really don't want to have to shoot a jump shot from here. It'd be a good way to recover. I'm just kicking into it. Contact point's pretty much right on the bottom point. Right in the jaws of the side pocket. So you should be able to go lower than that. Theoretically. Go into here. Calling it. You can go above it with some spin potentially. It's kind of touchy. Oh, missed it. Dang it. This is an amazing opportunity for him. Not that it's a super straightforward run out, but still. Made a couple balls, give him ball in hand. Hill. Gotta love it. I like the idea here, just a stop shot, but you gotta make sure you give yourself the angle on the 3 to get down for the 5. Looks like he's kind of flat on the 3. Just like draw back to where he is now. Yeah, it's a good recovery. Could have made that easier with the shape from the 2 to the 3, but he's still okay. Don't have to do much from here, right? Cue ball naturally just digs into the short rail, comes out and up. Complicated it. Cut is still there. The cut's still available, I believe. He wants to bank it, though. That's a big decision, given the situation here. Oh. Didn't sell it out. Hill, 4 balls on the table, and you're faced with this. Not a great offensive option. Going safe is not going to feel great. I'm calling it in the top left, but I think it's just sort of a two-way. This is a good play, man. Don't do anything silly. Call the pocket just in case something wonky happens, but tuck him under the 10. Get ball in hand from here and finish this. Tough to get a hit from here. You'd have to look at this side rail, pick your spot. Chance of getting it on 1 or 2 rails, so that kind of increases your odds, but it's still tough. Yeah, he's calling it in the top left. That's the right call. Chance this goes in. I appreciate that he's taking his time here with this one. This is the pressure shot. Kind of make or break, right? He knows if he misses it, there's a pretty good chance I'm getting out. If he hits it, he stays in the match. If he hits it and makes it, he could win. This is a big one. Gets under it. Makes a good hit. Does not come away with any cover. I have a shot, but it's tough, man. It's tough to dig into this 6-ball and slide across. It's there. I could see. Yeah, I might go after this. I might just dig into this with low left and just try to slide across, shape the 8 in the bottom left. Hero shot time. Come on, dude, bury this one. A little bit of a decel maybe on my stroke. You see it? You got to commit to that one. And I get lucky. I get a roll here because he's blocked for sure. Yeah, I really need to stroke that ball. Backed off. He's gonna jump this. That's a big jump. I like the kick. I like the kick into here. You call it up top. There's a chance you get cover behind the 8. This is a big jump. It's do or die though. I mean, it's hittable, right? To be clear, like you can. Whoa, he did it. Very nice hit on the 6. Unfortunate to jump off it, but he knows his jump stroke. Good composure. Just breathe and get this one done. Picking my spot. See how close I get. I'm putting the cue ball pretty much right where the spot is, but I'm saying I want to be in here somewhere. Probably in here for the 8. We'll flirt with the 9 a little bit. It's in the window, I would say. You know, imagine the 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper-ish. Am I coming across this for the 9 on the left side? Or am I just shaping the 9 here? Bear down, man. Just make these balls coming across. I don't hate that. You obviously don't want to be shooting this ball from the rail. It makes the 9 missable. I think probably the smarter play is to go into here and give yourself the direct line from the 9 to the 10. Got to clutch up. This is a missable 9 ball. The aggressive play is to go into this with sort of center right into the short rail, but I'm not feeling it. I just want to guarantee that I make that 9 ball. And I shoot lots and lots of Mighty X. So I think I just get to this point where I have a pretty straight in 10 ball. Good composure, good setup. Taking a breath, bear down, and just deliver straight through this ball. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Thanks for watching this one, guys. Yeah, quite a roller coaster. Chair game, something that I want to talk about more. Got away from me in this video, but I want to talk about it more. I learned so much from this match, and the spectators who were along with me, my mom, my dad, a couple other people, some fans from the channel, you know who you are. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks for being there. They were all just like chewing their fingernails off. Somebody came up after the match and they were like, never do that to me again. I was like, I'm gonna do it to you. I'm gonna put it on the channel. It's gonna do it to everybody. Yeah, this one was intense. The emotional roller coaster of the first two, just the first two the first two games, just going by in a flash and just like, wow, I'm going home. And then fighting through that, taking some opportunities, starting to play smart, focus on the process, all the stuff that I talk about. This was a major kind of catalyzing moment for my game and my mindset and the chair game in particular. Like I said, I'll talk about more, but crazy one. The other perspective is now I feel like, okay, I didn't just lose two and go out of this tournament. So I'm going to do this thing. I want to get into this. I want to win this. I want to do as well as I can. And that creates a really significant momentum shift and mindset shift. So I'm excited for you guys to check out the next match to see the difference, to see just how pronounced it is from this one to that next one. And if I win that next one, if asterisk, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, to see the future matches and how they look. It's a really fascinating journey that I went on for the state championships this year. So thanks for checking it out. Thanks for sticking around till the end. You're a real one if you did all that. Like it and subscribe and do all the things. And there is more of this content on the way.